Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da. Dun, dun. It's a raccoon with a talk show slinging culture facts you might not know. From the biggest flops to the greatest hits, this is Trash Can Tidbits.
Hi all, it's Beaton here, and welcome back to the latest episode of Trash Can Tidbits. I hope everyone is managing to stay safe during this time. I'm trying to, and I do admit it is a little hard, as I do miss being around my friends. But it's supposed to be a temporary inconvenience, and at least I'm here to provide my usual brand of entertainment to keep you all occupied. Last week I asked the question, which Batman movie has a character named Max Schreck in it, and who played him? The correct response is Batman Returns. The character of Max Schreck is a corrupt businessman who attempts to scheme with the Penguin, and he was played by Christopher Walken. With that addressed, let's begin with fact number 1 for this week. Did you know that despite playing a role in the first Resident Evil as the helicopter pilot who abandons his comrades in the zombie-filled forest, the character Brad Vickers isn't actually seen in the first game? He is seen in full in the second Resident Evil game as an Easter egg. If the player does not pick up any items on the way to the police station in the first part of the game, once you get to the police station, head down the outside steps and you'll find Brad as a zombie. Killing him will give you a special key to a special locker containing alternate costumes for Leon and Claire. Fact 2. Did you know that the Bon Jovi song Always was originally written for a Gary Oldman film? It was originally written for the 1993 crime romance Romeo is Bleeding. That would explain the song's opening line, "This Romeo is bleeding, but you can't see his blood." John Bon Jovi ultimately didn't like the movie after seeing it and requested the song not be used. Always would be released later on, and it would end up becoming one of the band's biggest hits. Fact 3. Did you know that the movie Birds of Prey features 2 characters who made their debuts in the well-regarded Batman the Animated Series? As is known, Harley Quinn was created just for the show and then worked her way into the Batman mythos, but the other character who makes her film debut in the DC Extended Universe is Gotham detective Renee Montoya, played in the movie by actress Rosie Perez. It's also the first time a lesbian character is portrayed in a comic book movie. Montoya had her live-action debut as a supporting character in the TV series Gotham. Fact 4. Staying with Detective Montoya for this next fact, did you know that the character of Inspector Carmelita Fox from the Sly Cooper games was indirectly modeled after her? The series creators have stated that they took inspiration from her dogged determination in the Batman comics and infused it with the natural Latin beauty of actress Salma Hayek. Not only that, but Carmelita even has the middle name Montoya to pay further homage. Fact 5. Did you know that Daxter of Jak and Daxter was cast mainly because the animator who worked on him suggested Max Casella for the part? Casella, known for his roles as Racetrack Higgins in Newsies, as well as playing Doogie Howser's best friend, Vinny Del Pino on Doogie Howser MD, had played Zinny the Lemur in Disney's Dinosaur. Zinny's animator Josh Scher worked with Casella in this movie and later went on to work for Naughty Dog, and was the main drive in getting the actor to play the voice of Daxter. Interestingly enough, prior to this, Casella also originated the role of another wisecracking animal, Timon, in the original Broadway cast of The Lion King. Fact 6. Did you know that there were not 1 but 2 attempts by CBS to make a modern-day Sherlock Holmes series? Both were made as pilots for shows that didn't get off the ground. One of these attempts was about Sherlock being cryogenically frozen, being thawed out in the 90s, and teaming up with a female descendant of Dr. Watson to chase down an also unthawed Professor Moriarty. It wasn't until the success of the BBC reboot of Sherlock that CBS tried again and created Elementary, which was a much better success. Fact 7. Did you know that Darkwing Duck and Batman the Animated Series share a similar visual style? The term Dark Deco was coined for these 2 shows because many of the backgrounds were drawn on black paper to give it a more stark look compared to other animated shows of the time. Darkwing Duck actually came out before Batman, so it seems like one show was influenced by the other. Coincidentally, writer Alan Burnett actually worked on both shows. Fact 8. Did you know that a music track from a Sonic game contains sampled dialogue from a famous civil rights activist? The track Wrapped in Black from Sonic Rush has a speech taken from a speech from Malcolm X, particularly the lines, "Too black, too strong," which takes its reference from coffee and cream serving as an analogy for integration. I think this is really neat because it seems to me that Malcolm X has an official song credit in a Sonic game, in addition to being a strong voice for human rights. Fact 9. Did you know that the ending from the movie Casablanca was pretty much made up on the spot? The movie went through several writers before the ending was even written. Because new pages were being written every day, even the cast members didn't know how it was going to end. It wasn't until the primary writers, Julius and Philip Epstein, had a mutual burst of inspiration, with Humphrey Bogart shooting the main villain, and that the means to the ending came to them right away. Bogey saying goodbye to Ingrid Bergman has since become one of the most iconic farewell scenes in movie history. Fact 10. Did you know that Sonic the Hedgehog's first appearance in a video game was not actually in his own? He first appeared as a hood ornament in a racing game called Rad Mobile. This game came out a few months before the first Sonic game and served as a unique piece of advertising at the time for Sega. And here's my bonus trivia question for this week. We all know that Jim Cummings voiced pretty much all of our own childhood, from Winnie the Pooh to Darkwing Duck. He also voiced many characters on Tailspin, as well as the voice of Monterey Jack on Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. Although he was not the first actor to play Monty, as another famous voice actor originated the role. My question to you is, who was the first actor to play Monterey Jack on Rescue Rangers? And there we go for this week. I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and don't forget to stay safe and wash your paws. I guarantee we're going to get through this together. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. No matter what happens too, I don't plan to stop making videos anytime soon. And as always, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and ring the notification bell. You'll be the first to see whenever I upload new content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.